around, Bay YouTube? It's Charles here, and it's a couple days late, but I finally got my new comic books of the week, a big old box of them from Midtown Comics, and a package from Amazon containing a trade paperback I'm excited about. So it's been 2 days late. I'm not going to hold it anymore. Let's get into this big box of comics. As always, when I order online, I open the package on screen so you can see the safety and security, or maybe lack thereof, that they are shipped with. But with Midtown Comics, they always come consistent when you have a large order. It's sent in a box, taped up very well with bubble wrap. And once you get through the bubble wrap, it comes in the iconic Midtown Comics brown paper bag. And all your books will be bagged and boarded as well for that extra layer of protection. So we're going to go through the individual comic books first, and then I'll show you what I got from Amazon. But we're going to start here with one from Image, Skybound. Cold Slither. It's a G.I. Joe one-shot. I'm not sure what it's about, but I'm loving everything going on with G.I. Joe, both the original G.I. Joe Real American Hero series and the brand new G.I. Joe that takes place in the Energon universe. And so I am really looking forward to seeing what Cold Slither is all about. Next, we also have from Image Comics, part of the Spawn universe, Gunslinger Spawn number 47. This is really one of the first Spawn series I got into. I started collecting Gunslinger Spawn at issue number 1, and I have enjoyed it ever since. Hard to believe we're at 47 right now. Okay, and what do we got going on here? Okay, this is a new book. The cover intrigued me, and when I read the synopsis, it intrigued me. It's called Savager. Look at that cover there. That's a brilliant cover. And it is from Panic Entertainment. Like I said, I looked at the cover, read the brief description, and it sold me. Let's see, it says, 100 years after brutal invasion, Earth is a graveyard. Its organic life is devoured by tentacloid cosmic parasites. The planet's surface crawls with grotesque remnants inhabiting the twisted hulks of once living creatures, battling for dominance in a hellish new world order. Among them roams Riley Phillips, the Savager, a former warrior now fused with the very parasite he despises. Consumed by vengeance and tormented by the creature within, he wanders the ruins of Earth in search of retribution. So this is going to be a dystopian science fiction thing. I'm really looking forward to that. I will most likely do a review, tell you what I think of it. But yeah, it's a new company for me and a new series. And this is book number 1 of 4, so it's a limited series. Okay, and then from Image Comics, part of the Spawn universe, The Scorched, number 45. And I was playing a lot of catch-up on this week's order, so it's a pretty sizable order. And then next, from Mad Cave Comics, we have Don't Forget Your Briefcase, number 3. This is a very fun book. It's an espionage story featuring the presidential football, the briefcase that carries the launch codes and Russian spies and so much more. If you're into espionage spy stories, check out Don't Forget Your Briefcase. We're at number 3, and it's available through Mad Cave Comics. I think number 4 comes out next week. And then we have Sam and Twitch Case Files, number 18, part of the Spawn universe. It is a procedural cop story set in the supernatural world of Spawn. Very fun book, a different look at the Spawn universe. Okay, and now we have from DC Comics, Absolute Green Lantern number 7. I'm really enjoying this book. I've heard nothing but good things about the Absolute Universe. I've read Absolute Batman number 1. I enjoyed it, but not as much as other books, so I didn't continue. But I've heard great things about it. I'm still reading Absolute Wonder Woman and Absolute Superman, and I'm really, really enjoying Absolute Green Lantern. Speaking of Absolute Superman, we have Absolute Superman number 12 from DC Comics. And then we have a back issue. I think, no, is this a back issue? Yes, this is Shi Senraku number 2. I cannot pronounce that word. I am so sorry for butchering that language, but this is from Crusade Comics. I would say probably around 1997, 1998, because it looks like 1995. Yeah, it looks like another She back issue I just read, She Masquerade. But yeah, this is from Crusade Comics. She being Japanese, the Japanese word for death. And the thing that I love about these covers is that you fold out to get a 2-page cover right here. So that is very hip. And that is a great thing as well about Midtown Comics, is that you will find, back issues for most of the major titles. And then from Dynamite Comics, we have Vampirella, Halloween Horror. I really enjoy these special holiday one-shots. They're usually disconnected from the ongoing storyline, a little bit more campy, a little bit more adventurous, because they're not tied to what's going on in canon. So I'm really looking forward to this. Get this before the end of October. It will probably move pretty quick. Alright, and then also from Image Comics, part of the Spawn universe, we have Gunslinger Spawn 44. I just missed it. I ordered so many books, I just spaced it, but I'm excited to get caught up with that one. Okay, and then we have another back issue. This is Revival number 47. I really enjoying Revival, the series. I got into it because I stumbled across the TV show based on a comic book series. Ordered number 1, the volume number 1 of the trade paperback, and really dug it. And I have another issue from around this time. And I usually wouldn't buy an issue so deep into it when I'm reading the trade paperbacks and catching up. But this cover is actually a kind of a play on the original Witchblade cover, which I actually have. Let me see, I'll show you a comparison here. And so I had to get into that. If I didn't file it away already, no I didn't. So yeah, you see it says Revival number 47, Image Comics of course. And it says the saga ends. And then you look at the Witchblade cover. This is the facsimile. I actually have the original number 1, but this is the facsimile. Same color texture, same pose, same everything. The saga begins. And so I had to get this cover here. Look at that. That is awesome. I love it when they do throwback covers and tribute covers to other established titles. I think this is going to be something that's kind of novel. I was a funny story with this book. Kind of getting sidetracked here. But I actually bought the facsimile edition of Witchblade number 1 because I'm reading the current Witchblade series and really enjoyed it. And I remember when I got my hands on the facsimile, I thought to myself, man, it is such a shame that I will not get to read the original series. And then 2 weeks later, a buddy of mine called me up wanting to get off of his comic book collection to make room, and he gave me a whole lot of comic book, 2 long boxes worth of comic books, and in there were the first 5 issues of the original Witchblade series with that number 1 cover on there. So I have the number 1, I have the facsimile, and I have the Revival tribute cover. So, very excited about that. Back to unboxing here. We have Boom Studios. Probably, I would say this is the tentpole title right here. Something is Killing the Children. We're at number 44. This is the Virgin cover right here. I really love that cover. We have our protagonist wielding a chainsaw, devastating a monster here. No text or anything on the front. Beautiful, beautiful cover. Next, from DC Comics, we have Catwoman, number 79, subtitled Crashes the Party. Big fan of Catwoman. So I'm excited to see where this story goes. Looks like it wrapped up the last arc. So, and then we have Absolute Wonder Woman, number 12. Part of the DC Absolute Universe. And then as well, from Image Comics, part of the Spawn universe. I know, surprise, I'm a sucker for Spawn. I am currently reading every Spawn title that is available right now, except for the Knights vs. Samurai. I didn't get into that. I might have to track down some back issues just to stay current with everything. But this is Rat City, number 18. Takes place in New York, far in the future, featuring a disabled military veteran who goes to get these prosthetics that end up being infused with that Spawn symbiote, and the guy becomes a futuristic version of Spawn. Very, very, very enjoyable book. And then next we have Star Trek Red Shirts from IDW. This is about the ill-fated security team. Red-shirted people, they always end up getting killed in Star Trek, that are just seemingly throwaway characters. But this is a different look because you get to know these characters as individuals, and what they go through and how they ended up in Starfleet and the security team. And they're not just throwaway characters. These are people that have real lives and ambitions, and it's a fun alternative look into that universe. And then we have Birds of Prey from DC Comics 26. Batgirl is my favorite superhero, and this features Barbara Gordon, Batgirl, and the Birds of Prey. Really enjoying this from DC Comics. And then last but certainly not least from Midtown is Kill All Immortals 2. And this is the first issue of that. This is from Dark Horse Comics. I really enjoyed it. It was about this family of Norse gods, and one of them who rejected their immortality and sought mortality. And she took up arms against her family to gain that mortality. And I'm excited to see where this goes. It looks like we're following the same protagonist. But at the very last panel of the last issue, you were taken to a scene of another family out of Asia who seemed to be immortal. And the leader of said family was addressed as Genghis. So it looks like we're going to be having a clashing of Genghis Khan lore with Norse mythology, possibly. They may take a whole different direction, but I hope they pick up that thread with Genghis Khan, because that really had me captivated. And so that is what I got from Midtown Comics. And then from Amazon, I mentioned the book Revival. I had a special cover of number 47, and I ordered the trade paperback volume 1, And I ended up reading that whole volume 1 in one sitting. It is so good. It's about this small Wisconsin town. One night, people start coming back from the dead, and they don't realize that they've died, and they're not exactly zombies, but they just kind of they come back from the dead and try to, and they virtually go back to their former lives, and the community is freaked out because they don't know how it happened or what's happening. They've been quarantined off from the rest of society until they can figure out what's going on. It has a little bit of post-apocalyptic storytelling with mystery, a little bit of action, a little bit of humor. Very enjoyable book. Yeah, when I got it, I read the first issue for a review because I was going to record a review and comparison of the first episode of the TV show and the first issue of the book, which I recorded. I just have to get it edited and posted. And then later on I went back to it because I was so intrigued by the story, and next thing I knew, I had read the last 4 issues of Volume 1 and I wanted more. So I ordered Volume 2 of Revival. This is from Image Comics. So that's what I got for this week. Again, I apologize for the delay, but mail doesn't always come on time. But it did show up. We got the new stuff for this week. A lot of stuff I'm really excited for. New series I'm really looking forward to getting into. And let me know in the comments what you guys got. If you got any of the same things that I got, let me know what you think about them. And if there's anything that you don't see a review for in the next few weeks that you want to get a review on, let me know in the comments. I'm more than happy to do that for you. Anyway, I will see you guys next week. The next unboxing is going to be this Wednesday. Those books are actually showing up on time this week. So we're going to have our regular 3 p.m. Wednesday unboxing. And then on the Tuesday before that, we're going to be doing a preview of what's coming up and what's going to be brand new in stores for Wednesday. The highlights that I think you'll want to get hip to. And then for the next 4 Thursdays, it's going to be all action figure unboxings. I have 2 AEW action figure unboxings that we're going to do. I'm thinking the next one will either be Edge or another AEW figure. And then I have 2 brand new G.I. Joes that I'm going to be reviewing, unboxing, and taking a look at. So Thursdays at 3 p.m. for at least the next month. Stay tuned to the channel for those, and I'll see you next time. Until then, keep reading them books. I'm out.